Football trophies are sacred. From spittoons to axes, symbols of animosity and history between two programs. And today, one of the more obscure trophies at stake for the hotly contested Illinois. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Illini, Memorial Stadium in Champaign, Illinois. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Illinois Fighting Illini. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer. In the booth, guys, we are ready to tee it up. Illinois about to kick it away to get things started. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So Ohio State's offense takes the field. Last time they squared off for the Illabunk, it was the Buckeyes taking a close one.
And the Buckeyes making the plays they needed to play late in the game. Listen, they got all this firepower. Just holding them down for a long enough time for Illinois is a job, is a task. They did a good job except for the finish last year.
Yeah, Ohio State's a team that oftentimes is looking at Michigan and Penn State and Michigan State. This is a game in the past they maybe overlooked, and you wonder if that was happening last year. At the end of the day, they got the W, but they've got to come into this one more focused.
Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Now the play fake. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong, only called on twice in the victory last week. So the Illinois Fighting Illini now go on offense, and they'll have it for the first time. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience for this quarterback. He turned the football over, he got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often, they hit him early, they got sacks on him, and then he started feeling it. His eyes came down, he started floating the ball over the middle of the field and putting it into trouble and got picked off. So it's important in this one, David, up front, they do a better job of helping him stay on his feet to get into a rhythm.
The best quarterbacks in the history of the game, when you continue to hit them, they become very human, and they start to rush their thought process. So he got hit early, and he got hit often last week, and that's why they lost. Position 1, objective number 1 today. Protect him, keep him upright, let him get some confidence.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down mark. To the air, it's O'Brien. Throws to the wideout. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. Illinois lining up to punt this one away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Catches it cleanly at the 20. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They're going to run it. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
Yeah, and there you go again. Ohio State bringing the ground game. They typically do that, Reese. That's pretty normal for them.
They've built their entire program around it. Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. You go back to Hopalong Cassidy. I mean, the Buckeyes love to run the ball no matter how many times they spin the magic beat.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Motion from the wideout. Might as well give it to him again. Plows through the defense. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. The Buckeyes kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his big tight end. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
And just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Nice job on...
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. The give to the tailback. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14. Illinois right back to the line.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Looking downfield, it's O'Brien. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted for the 11th time.
Some defensive players just have a knack. I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that you can't coach it. It's not speed, it's not strength. It's literally, I know when to break on the football, how to go get it, and how to pull it in. It's just a knack.
Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll run the toss. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Under fire. Gets rid of it. Got it on the outside. It's Marks. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
This is why he's the quarterback leading his team. Because he can do things like that, the unscripted stuff, and buy time, scramble outside the pocket, complete the pass down the field. Just so hard to stop as opposed to a guy that just stands in the pocket and you know exactly where he's going to be every single play.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
And he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Here comes the heat. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
That's a great individual effort by him right there. When I think about Ohio State football, too, especially on defense, right, it's the legacy of the Silver Bullets, guys flying around, giving great effort and getting to the football. But it all has to start up front on the D-line. You've got to be dominant at that position. And right there, you just saw that, the ability to win one-on-one and make a play.
Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going and now right back to work. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
The play action fake. This time it's complete. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
They'll run for it on 3rd and short. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right.
Hauls it in, the first down and more. He's loose on the left. Touchdown, Ohio State. A great catch and run for 6. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner is stopped. The Illinois offense returns to the field. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. Rides the back on the option, the give. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Illinois lining up quickly. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Here's a heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Illinois needs a big play here on 3rd and long. Looking to pass. It's O'Brien. Unloads it left. Working the big fella downfield and outside. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be 1st down.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
The Illini just added to its workload after that last play. It's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. Working that left side now. And they'll slide it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down. Illinois putting together a really nice drive. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Leach. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. This will be the 7th play of the drive, and they need to convert 3rd and 6. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here.
Great team defense on that one play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
He makes the fair catch at his own 8-yard line, and that might have kept him from being backed up even further. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Well, the offense is running towards the open grass, right? They're going toss play to the field, but way too much penetration defensively, forcing that tackle for loss.
Wants to fire on second down. Working that wide receiver screen. He'll be run out of bounds, but we've got laundry on the field. Let's see what that's about. Some hand fighting at the point of the catch will draw the penalty, but this one is going to go against the offense. And the Buckeyes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Flushed out of the pocket. Keeps it and gets the first down. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stacks, but when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
He's in open space downfield. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Williams. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all.
Lofts one high and deep. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage.
Oh, he's got some space. Running inside the 20. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. The Buckeyes had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Now from inside the red zone. He's got it on the move. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
I think there were a lot of doubters that wondered how this team was going to be able to handle this environment and whether or not they could find success early in this game. They have proved all of those doubters wrong. They have been dominant in every phase, on offense, on defense, and on special teams, and they are piling it on here early in this game on the road.
Ohio State 28, Illinois 0.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Quickly to the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone. Make them execute and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
Illinois lining up to punt this one away.
Number 10 on to kick it away.
Fair catch called for and made. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being...
Turning it on! Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Throws for the tight end. Fires it incomplete. This rivalry more than a century old, with the Buckeyes dominating most of the time, guys.
And just think about that. All this time, these Ohio State and Illinois fans have been talking about and looking forward to this rivalry. To your point, absolutely. Ohio State, more often than not, has been on the winning side of it. And Illinois now, David, they're going to be trying to create a little new trend here.
Yeah, try to get some mojo. Try to get some momentum on their side. Try to change this rivalry. Listen, it starts one at a time, right? Like the old coaches speak, we got to throw out those records from 100 years ago. They don't matter. Let's dominate today.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He gets inside the 40 to the 39, but he is still well short of that first down marker. It'll be 4th down. So they're going to send out the field. Oh, what a call. The fake, and he wants to throw. But a little time, lets it go. And the pass is incomplete off the fake field goal, and sometimes you just outsmart yourself. It's nice to be a riverboat gambler and all, but man, oh man, when it goes... And here's a fumble way behind the line. He's loose down the middle. Defense got it, they're on the run. Touchdown, Ohio State. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
You always hear coaches harping on their quarterbacks to keep 2 hands on the ball. That time, he got hit, the ball came free, bounced right into the defender's hands, and he makes them pay, taking it back all the way for a score.
Illinois, 0.
He'll bring it back from inside his spot. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, the inside give. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. The Fighting Illini needing to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Looking downfield, it's O'Brien. They get to him as he throws. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
First down, Illinois.
Wants to go up top on first down. He'll take the deep shot. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Leach. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. He's open on the right. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. To the air on first down. Finds his man, and he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Illinois can be aggressive here on 2nd and short. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. The Fighting Illini facing a 3rd and long to keep this drive alive. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw on 3rd. Makes the catch. It's Hansen. Down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
First down, Illinois.
The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied and the timeout is gone. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hansen. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Motion from the back. Looking for a man. It's O'Brien. Going for it all. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9. And it's 3rd down, but they're taking no chances. They'll send the field goal unit out before halftime. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 4. They get through and it's blocked. He picks it up. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Let's go. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, the Illabuk is on the line, and already Ohio State and Illinois have given us some stirring moments. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering 2 things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable? With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the battle between Ohio State and Illinois plays out.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Buckeyes will kick it away to start the second half. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And the returner will be brought down. The Illinois offense returns to the field. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys, you got guys out of the portal, you put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
Illinois needs a big play here on 3rd and long. They'll stop him short of the line to gain. Stopped him just short of the 20 at the 19. It'll be 4th down. And here comes the punt team. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll take it on the return. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Handoff to the single back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The trophy that the Buckeyes and Illini play for, the Illabuk, guys, is a giant wooden turtle.
Imagine that, man. You're having to put your trophies in a water tank and feed it. It's probably the only trophy that ever had that ability. It was nurtured. Maybe a little bit different story now, David, but that is pretty cool history.
Yeah, and I guess you really only need one turtle every 100 years, so the trophy's not expensive. I guess you just got to take care of it, and every year you pass a living in. That's why they changed it.
The Buckeyes really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. The give is to Williams.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Off play action on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. He'll be forced out of bounds. Let's mark it at the 48-yard line as this offense continues its work. So now it's 2nd and long. Goes to the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Now on 3rd down for this offense. To the air, it's O'Brien. Looking deep down the right side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
Breaks into the open. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Caught close to the marker, it's Velasquez. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37. And the Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. After getting moved back, it's 1st and 20. Find some fresh air. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of that.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle.
Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Here comes a 3rd down situation, and the defense has had no answer so far. On the move at the 30. And the strategy of just letting the quarterback run until he gets tired is not a winning one. Another explosive play and another 1st down. 6th play of the drive coming up. Quarterback making adjustments. Toss to the outside. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line. The Fighting Illini facing a 3rd and long to keep this drive alive. Scanning the field, it's O'Brien. He wants to go deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Illinois lining up to punt this one away. Hauls it in, looking for space. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Wants to throw on 1st down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make the play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. The Buckeyes decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Sends it back in motion. Swings it out to the flat. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, only a place to be tackled immediately. Illinois needs a big play here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they're after him! And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. He'll try to really get into this one. He'll field the punt and look for room. He gets a block. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Offense in a bunch formation. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Wide receiver going in motion. Back to pass on 2nd down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. With the catch, it's Leach. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And that is just about a perfect punt as he pins them deep inside the 10-yard line. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3 and out the last time they had the ball. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Offenses want to get the ball to their playmakers really fast. And they try to throw the wide receiver screen, but how about the defender? He was right there in his space, got him on the ground as soon as he caught it. He was ready for that throw.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. They'll try the run. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Bounced out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
There's nothing more annoying defensively than this. You got a guy bottled up, great coverage, boom. He escapes out of it, pulls a rabbit out of a hat. Next thing you know, he scrambles, gets a first down. Now I got a new set of problems I got to deal with.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They'll try to get it through the air. Grabbed behind the line. It's Green. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Quarterback keeper. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. And the Buckeyes are rolling down the field. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw on first down. Got him downfield. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play and they pick up a first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
The Buckeyes have taken it inside the 20. They'll move the wide receiver. He'll pull it on the read. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
Man, it's so nice to have a QB that can do that can run and make plays when you need it. Late in the football game, trying to run this clock out, preserve the win.
Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Wants to go up top on first down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Short completion last play. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air on 2nd down. Zings it complete to the right. All the way out to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. To the air on first down. Fires to the tight end. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. The Fighting Illini with options here on 2nd and short. He wants to throw it again. Pressure coming. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. It's complete on the right side. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. Illinois lining up to punt this one away.
Ohio State.
He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They have dropped a hush on this entire stadium, David, by controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home crowd. You love it. Nothing like having a big lead in the fourth quarter, Palmer. And
oh, a lot of space. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. And another big play by this offense, and if they are playing, not thinking about the scoreboard at all, there's evidence of it right there.
Hey, if there's time on the clock, as a defense, stop us. Because we're not stopping ourselves. We're going to continue being aggressive. We're going to continue trying to score points. That's the aggressive nature of this football team.
And the Buckeyes with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Snagged in the middle. It's Marks. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. Wide receiver comes in motion. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires left. Caught on the outside. It's Hill. That's where they'll mark him. A very productive play and a first down. Receivers work tirelessly, tapping that toe along the sideline, and it just looks so natural for him.
Yeah, it can't just be pat and go all the time, right? Reese just jogging down the field, ball hits you right in stride. You got to be able to make awkward body catches and do it getting your feet in bounds. That was sweet.
And they don't have to go for a touchdown here with this little time left and with the lead, but they might anyway. Go straight ahead. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. Offense takes a timeout, 27 seconds left. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? He'll ride his man on the option. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive.
Illinois, 0.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
Well, this offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far, but they've still got a chance. But if it's going to happen, it has to happen now in this 2-minute situation. This is where their playmakers need to step up.
Hardly unusual. It is a trophy that many aren't even aware exists, but Ohio State will once again take home the second oldest trophy in the Big Ten, the Illabuck. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.